Hello peeps, I'm back again with just a few little finds from last night. Don't know if you can see over there. There's about 5-6 coils of Cat 6 cable. Literally filled my car up with it last night. I was going past an old Tesco's petrol station and found this. It's the emergency telephone and cut off for the fuel pumps. That's big emergency. Oh, press the red button. Shouldn't have pressed that really in case I blew something up, but it's a petrol station, so press. Oh, I love that. Nice little fluorescent light there. Switched over here by the 240 volt switch. Don't know if I'll be able to use that in my camper, but it's a pretty heavy duty switch. Shame that's because that's 240 volt and you've got a little 240 volt fluorescent tube there. And a phone where you can ring 999. That's an unusual little box. Shame I didn't get the key. Well, I haven't got a key. It's a nice little locking box. I could probably change that handle and use that as a safe inside my camper. Amazing what you can pick up in skips. I do like a skip. So there you go peeps. An emergency shut-off phone in the skip. Also in the skip was a complete reel of multi-core cable. It was a bit like what you get on tow bars, like 9 wires in it, but it was still sealed in the packet, and I think one of the employees maybe stashed it there to come back and get it later. Either way, it was brand new, so I didn't touch it. I'll go back in a couple of days. I've actually moved it in the skip so it's on top, so they'll either rebury it, take it out, put it back in somewhere safe, or they'll leave it in the skip and I'll go back and get it. When it's questionable like that, I prefer to play on the side of caution. I don't want someone ringing up the police. Yeah, hello, yeah, double D's in a skip nicking stuff. Anyway, that's my fun little find for today. Apart from that, I've had a boiler. Just some cables, nothing spectacular really. Right peeps, just a quick rundown of what we've had our hands on. What's this? Steel? Yep, not brass. Little hinge going on there. Got these plumber's pipe benders. Wheels are all in good condition. Seem to be working fine. I'll pass them onto a plumber. I know somebody who's doing an apprenticeship as a plumbing actually, so that will come in handy for him. Got a Dell computer. Yeah, it's all there. RAM sticks, hard drives missing. That's about it. Get that stripped out later on. What else have we got? Ooh. That looks nice. Nice Radeon twin port thing. It's a graphics card, isn't it? Might stick that in my computer, give it a try, see if it works. Radeon stuff's quite good. See how we go with that. Motherboard, pinless CPU, RAM stick. I took the hard drive out but left it in there, that makes sense. Oh, there's the other RAM stick as well. Not on a bad night out, a couple of PCs. I know people like E-Waste Ben and that get loads of these every single day, but I only get about 4 or 5 a month. I'll take you down and show you my, if I can get this locking wheel undone. Excuse the armpit folks. Fortunately for you, you can't smell it. Not sure how that's looking over there. That's a box of DVR boards and modem boards. And that stack you see up there is of motherboards, and it goes from there down into that big half-yard box, which is half of a yard, cubic yard or a cubic metre. There's another one below that. There's another one over there and another one over there. I've got 4 of those full of motherboards, and I've got 5 of those triangular things you see there full of motherboards. Motherboards coming out of my ears. Anyway, let's get some scrapping done because the old workshop is filling up fast again. I thought later on, I've got a gas meter. I've never stripped one of those. I thought maybe tomorrow we'd have a gas meter strip out and I'll lob it on the end of this video. Also got an air conditioning unit there. One of those weird split ones that you see a lot in America. That's the outside part of it. Not sure how well that's showing up. Showing up not at all on my screen, but I know it always looks better for you guys. But there we go. Well, there you go, peeps. Just a quick view of what's inside a window air conditioning fan. Air conditioning unit. 2 fans, 240 volt, 2 motors, and what I think is an alley copper rad. The only real way to find out is to cut through the pipes at the end. See what colour they are on the inside. Yep, alley copper rad. They're only number 2, so I'll just take that in as an ACR. Or I might give it a scrap man. It's the only alley copper rad I've actually got. I'll cut these bits of copper pipe off, stick them in my number 2 copper, throw the rest of it away. As you can see, it's a big thick alley copper rad. And 2 fan motors to be stripped down, not a lot. Anyway, catch you later, peeps. Well, it finally happened, peeps. Been waiting. Rather than buy one of these, I knew one of these would come along. I've got 3 of them somewhere, but I've lost them. I don't know where the fuck they are. Finally got a tripod with a quick release bracket. Now I won't have to be using the stuck up in the rafters mag mount quite so often, which is making everything upside down and back to front. Anyway, we'll see how this goes. Maybe it'll be easier to video over my own shoulder, so everything's up the right way, you know, sort of POV type thing. Anyway, we'll see. Ta-ra, Pete. Right, I don't know if that's any better. Probably isn't. Probably because I'm going to be in the way now. But another PC I picked up tonight. It's been a busy week for PCs. I only get about, well, lucky if I get 1 or 2 a month nowadays. Not like Allways Ben when he goes out and they're literally growing on the side of the road. People don't seem to own PCs anymore. But I've had 4 in the last 2 weeks, if that. It's been quite a good month for PCs. But it goes like that. End of the month, I suppose everybody goes out and buys themselves a new tablet or a laptop and gets rid of their PCs. PC slot card, no idea what it is, don't really care, it's just money. That's a graphics card, it's all money to me. Not a lot of money. A lot of people have asked me, well, not a lot of people, well, certainly not a lot of people as in via YouTube, because I haven't got that many viewers obviously. A lot of people ask me, is it worth stripping PCs? Well, this one, yes, because it will take me about 5 minutes to strip. I can get the screws out. But a PC motherboard, it's worth about £1 at the end of the day. And that's after I've stripped it, brought it home, obviously stripped it out, scrapped it, and then took it to wherever I've got to take it, wherever that may be. And sometimes, like now, you can spend 5 minutes just looking for the screws. They're always in a different place. Always in a different place to where the last one was. Some of them are screws, some of them you've got to slide the board and do some latches, some of them you've got to undo some latches, then unscrew them, then unslide the board. So, they're all different, all depends where they were made. Whether they're a good make, bad make. Apple probably the hardest to strip, or I suppose you could say the best built. It's pretty much the same thing. These cheap Chinese multicoloured boards, usually aren't that well engineered. Sometimes they're just quirky. I don't know what make this is. This could be a Dell for all I know. It's got a Taurus power pack. Not that I know anything about power packs, I know whether that's a good power pack or not. What I do know is that this one's when it's really secured, it's got in there, we go. There's always another screw. So what have we got? Motherboard, nothing spectacular. Got a pinned CPU. They're worth more than the pinless because there's more gold, because obviously there's more surface area because of the pins. And we've got a small socket motherboard, one RAM stick, one very small RAM stick. What size is that? Where's my magnifying glass? It's terrible when you have to find your magnifying glass so you can find your magnifying glass. What is this? 1.8 volt, that helps. Assembled in China, yes. Kingston, yes. BSM, it doesn't even tell you how big the RAM stick is. Oh sorry, 2 gig, look at that, right at the end. KVR 667D2 N5/2G. I take it that's 2 gig. That could just be a serial number. There you go. One RAM stick, 2 slot cards, a pin CPU, and £1 worth of motherboard. And don't forget anything over 10 pence worth of wire. Mustn't forget the 10 pence worth of wire. You know what I mean? Every little helps and all that. Motherboard can go over there for when I can actually get to my motherboards, and then I shall put it where it's supposed to be. I've now got to climb underneath where some idiot has just set up a bloody tripod to get them put away, so I'll do them later. People stick tripods in the stupidest places. I don't know. Sometimes it's difficult being me, being a complete and utter muppet. Anyway, I'm going to take the fan off. Let's just let it buzz off with the screw gun. Greatest invention since, well, not since sliced bread, since the bread slicer. To be perfectly honest, I would not and could not do this without one of these drills. Doesn't have to be a fancy wancy DeWalt like that. Fancy wancy, where does that come from? Doesn't have to be a fancy DeWalt like that. I've just found, hang on, I'll come back to you in a sec. Just found this while I was out scrapping. It's certainly no fancy DeWalt. It's a cheapo Extreme. Looks very nice. It's quiet. The battery works. It charges up, obviously, because it's charged. This I shall put on charge tonight, and I will just literally take this about with me in the car and carry it for doing stuff in the car. If someone nicks it, well, I would say it only came in the scrap, but this only came in the scrap. But this is a £80 worth of drill with 2 batteries and a charger that came in the scrap, so it's a bit different. This needs a charge as well. So does my blooming Stanley Fatmax grinder, because I cut 2 pieces of metal with it, so it needs charging again because the batteries are flat like this. That there was my stack of 4 computers and 2 microwaves from this week falling over. I'll be back to you in a minute, peeps, when I've picked up the shit. That's about that then, peeps. It's all brass. I'm not sure what the hell, well, I don't know what it is. It's a fan of some description. This one comes out like that to make a sort of a, I was about to say, what do you call it? A peacock. I think they're supposed to stay in there, is it, or come out? I think it's meant to come out like that. And it makes a big peacock fantail. It's all brass. Prove that. Everything's brass, even the pot rivets. And that's a neodymium magnet. It's weird, isn't it? Little garden ornament. I might see if I can flog that. It's quite mad. It's got to be better than scrapping it for, I don't know what it's worth in scrap. Maybe 2-3 quid. If that. Maybe a fire guard. I don't know. We'll see. Oh. Anyway, still getting used to this new tripod. There you go, peeps. See you in a bit.